Welcome to episode 9 of this Let's Play series. My name is Daz Tactic. Welcome to the channel and welcome to this series. We're actually in the middle of a war. We just started a war, so we're not in the middle of it just yet. We're about to go into the home systems of the Nova. Actually, what is that group? That is the Nova Vida is the group that we're going after. And you can see through here, our fleet is now we've just taken over the human strength factors with the fleet. Everything else is pretty bad for us. Like our actual research is terrible, but we are buying our tech. We've got production down through here, and you can see that their production has dropped off because we've been taking their asteroids, but we're not actually using their asteroids for our own production. So we'll need to change that so we get the production kick along. So that's something we need the freighters for. It's a really intricate game in the sense, like what are you going to do and what aren't you going to do? Population, we're still behind there. Culture, we're miles behind. They've had a big boost in through that side. Then overall, we're still way under. So this could be a disaster doing all of this stuff. I love this as well. Everything is exposed. You get a very clear idea as to where you are in the world. Now we've got all these little frigates moving around. They're probably not going to be as good as our ships, ship for ship. Like if we actually ended up with a frigate going against one of their frigates, I think it would be okay now. We'll have a look anyway, because we're going to be getting into the battles very, very soon. We've pretty much done everything we can. We've now got we've got 4 pops now on Zoth. Now Zoth doesn't get very many more than 4. We've built a subsurface vault, so we can get up to 6 in that one there. Now the infrastructure is as high as it can go. We still can build other things in here. Marine garrison. You know what we don't have is which we should actually go for, is the space elevator. I can get that one for 400 odd. Actually, what I might do is I might change this, because this is 3 times, I might as well do the research for this. Do that one immediately. That's going to come in 10 turns. Let's just go and do that one. That way we can sort of start to build those. So at the moment, that's now trade goods, but why don't we go and grab freighter fleets? So we'll grab a couple of freighter fleets in there, because we will need them. The more of them we can get, the better our production will be, particularly with this system here. We've got an extra one in through there. We're going to have a heap of them in here once we take this system. This will be quite an important system for us. But they're going in with all sorts of different ships to protect this, which is quite interesting. I don't think I can actually defeat those with the fleets that we actually have, so I'm glad that they've actually moved them away. But there is a battleship that was floating around, and I don't know where that battleship is. Oh, there it is, coming back in this way. Now, it's not going to do much. I think we'll be able to, once we get our battleship built, which is a little way off, fair way off. Let's just end the turn anyway. Okay, so another one here. I'll just keep on bouncing into these. Exploitation trade now active. So we've now got we're now going to be getting a lot more money from the different trades through these. I do want this, but I really can't take that with we've got the one frigate in there. What do we do with that? Actually, I can send it out to some of these where we haven't been before. I might do that because we do have very, very fast movement. We can be there in 3 turns, so why not? Let's just do it. We've got incredibly fast ships now. This frigate's coming down to be retrofitted as well. You've got 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, 1 frigate, essentially, with 1 survey ship just coming back in with that one there. Just go next turn. In we go. Okay, there's nothing. We're not seeing anything there. There's a 3 support, 1 outpost, 1 colony ship back at that location. This one here, we're not seeing anything at this system here. If we just go back and have a look. Alright, they've got a they've got a colony here and a colony here, but they don't actually have any. They're not building anything, even though this is ultra rich. So actually, this is an small icy world. That would be good for us to get eventually. So that's interesting. So there's nothing actually there. We can go to Nova Prime. If I try to catch them, if I can catch them unawares, like we can be there in one turn. Let's just quickly race across to there. It's just inside our limits. So let's go to that one. We can see that there's no other ships going anywhere else. In fact, we've pretty much got, like everywhere we look, we don't really have to worry too much about the sensors. I'll just turn the sensors off because we're going to see pretty much everything that's coming close to our space. Let's end the turn here. They've gone back to home. All right, so now this one here has got a battle station. Wow, okay. So this is a huge world. It's a medium G, but ultra rich, which means that the production here is going to be through the ceiling. So this will be where they're going to be building everything. Now, battle stations are worth a hell of a lot. Do we go for that? I think we do. So I'll have a bit of a look. This orbital station, we don't know how big it is with its weapons, its shields, etc. So this is beyond. This is sort of like we can build these, but we haven't got any of these. So let's go to combat and see what we're up against. It's got 40 shields around the outside, 80 tungsten armor, 240 back in through here with the structural health, 162 internal systems. Now, what I want to be doing here, if it's got missiles, it's going to be coming after my ships. Now, the first thing I want to be doing is doing a scan, which will take up 2 actions, and I want to use this ship for that. I'll just quickly do the scan, and that way we can see we've got lasers. We do have particles, the same as what we've got, 15 from the design. Overall maximum damage is 51 because they've got an elite crew. Heavy mounts, so they've got 3 times there, 3 times there. All right, so they're doing. One does 36 maximum damage. This is a lot. This is actually a hell of a lot. So let's just go and press tab, go across to the next ship. So to get in and actually be able to fire at this thing, I've got to then move across. Now we've got. The benefit we have is our ship defense is through the absolute ceiling. So we've got like an incredible ship defense, which means that it's going to be very hard for them to actually hit us. But if they do hit us, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. So I'm just going to move across to the outside edge. Now I want to move to a position where I can move in and just go, like that's the range for us to then move in and actually hit this one. This is the range of our weapon, and that's sort of like the crossover where we move to there and we can then sort of do things. Now they've also got nuclear missiles. They've got 10 of those that they'll fire at us. So let's go across to here, and we've only got like a firing arc from the front there of 90 degrees. And so that then allows us to then go and do the shot against this one. So we'll fire there, and that the battle station, we're going to be hitting that first shield, but it will rotate. So we're going to be doing. We've got 3 particle accelerators here, which will do 50 odd damage, I think. Let's just see how we go. See, there we go. So we brought that down, and we did a little bit of damage to the tungsten armor. Now the next thing we have is this guy here, which can also then just move in. He's only got 1 particle accelerator with 30 shielding. I'm moving these together so that they can protect each other with their point defense weapons. Okay, a little bit more against the tungsten armor. That's good. We'll just end our turn. And it's missed because of that incredible ship defense that we actually have. You can see there we've got 210 now. Let's just keep it going. There's the missiles on their way. So that one is now rotated around, and we've now got the next one. Didn't do much damage there. Now they've used they've tried to sort of do maximum damage with what they've actually gone for. They've got a tractor beam which is too far away from us. Let's just stay where we are there. Okay, a little bit. We've done well, not much really, just against shielding there. This one here, I just want this one to start to move in just to help with the point defense. Comes the missiles. While it keeps on targeting this ship, I think we're going to be okay. The other ship doesn't have, so we've got the ship defense of 210. There we go. We brought this one down. We've brought it down to 51 now. Just press tab. such a good little system that they've got. We're down to 48. This is good. We're sort of starting to now get through this one here. Let's move this one in a little bit closer. That way we can just sort of start to have the point defense just sort of kick in a little bit there. Just click on end turn. So all 3 ships will now help with that point defense. We can see that these are now in a cooldown because of their overheating. So they've got they've been disabled for 2 turns. If I wanted to, I could move up. If I move up, these will then move in at the same, equivalent sort of speed at the ship that they're targeting, which is this one here. Now, if we have a look at the laser, we don't actually have the range for the laser just yet. It's only the particle accelerator. So I've got to be careful with this ship. I've got to make sure that one stays outside the range. In fact, I may be inside the range there with that one. So the shields are now disabled. We're down to 3. This is good. And we're now sort of starting to do damage. We've brought the armor down. This one over through here now. I've actually screwed up with this. Can't do much there really. I'm just looking at the point defense at the bottom there. Even if I turn this one around, I've got 360 degrees. That's going to be okay. So that's as far as I can rotate. So we're doing some damage there, but not a hell of a lot. Let's just keep on firing at this thing. So the shields are still disabled. Now's our chance to sort of start to try to do some system damage. And we'll just go tab. So we haven't damaged anything in here just yet. They've still got 8 missiles, and the heat will have now dissipated, and they'll be back up to full strength again next turn. Now this one here, if we just go back to the fusion beams, I can now sort of target these. So we just use the fusion beams. So these guys, unfortunately, haven't really been kicked off. If we just go back to this one, we do actually have the laser beams. Yeah, hardly anything. Good, we got it. This one may hit. So we're back up now, firing at this thing. The shielding is coming back up because it's now sort of everything is coming back online. But it won't protect it much. We still haven't done enough damage there. And this one here. Yep, so everything's still active. Actually, that one I think is still just outside the range. We'll move that one back and then just do a rotate. Looks like that one's going to get through now. Didn't do much. You can see our shielding came back up, so even those missiles aren't really doing much to us. We've got very, very strong shielding. Okay, let's go for this one again. We should start to bring some of these systems down fairly soon. Like, the more damage we do to the internal systems, the better. There we go. We've brought down one of the, its main particle weapon is now being brought down, so we're not going to have to compete with that anymore. This one here is fine where that is. I'll just move that across and then rotate. You can just stay in behind just to help. So we haven't been hit because of the incredible defense we have. There we go. Doing a bit more damage here now. Still nothing. Still haven't got anything else. Looks like we were lucky to have brought that one down. We've now brought down one of their heavy mount lasers as well. So they'll automatically just target these as they come through. Almost got this thing now beat. So no damage at all to the ship, to the cruiser. Here we go, nuclear missiles are now down. There was only one left anyway. It's not too loud, the explosions. Alright, so this is how they're building their battleships through this particular system here. Oh, there we go. We've only got the 3 lasers left. So we've basically, this should be the end of them. We're down to 23. All the internal systems are now down. It's just literally the structure. It's down to 8. So we can do anything we like. I'll just say where we are. Just kill those off. And here we go. So this will now destroy them. Bang, gone. Okay, that's a battle station gone. Now that's worth a lot. Now they'll probably try to build one of those again fairly quickly, and if they do actually have money, they'll probably rush that, I would think. But by the way, there is a log which this then just sort of shows what the damage is over the course of the actual turns. Like how many turns they are and what actually is going on. I don't know why it doesn't store more than just a couple of turns worth of data. You can see that ship has gained 5 XP for crew experience due to the destruction of the enemy ship. So on and so forth. It's actually, it's just, the game has just got such, it just does everything well. It does everything well. Took a bit of shield damage with there. So we've destroyed the battle station. Done. So as long as we're careful, like we don't want to be rushing around doing crazy things. So one Ironshide desires a defense fleet to be dispatched to Dystopia. Now we've actually got. So what does he want? So so one Juris, which we've got it sitting there right now. Have we, or have we moved that one off? We've got the frigate there. Oh, we've still got this one coming. We're refitting this one. So look, I'm going to have to then sit that one back there because they want that one to sit there for 5 turns. And we'll certainly have the time to do that. And there's no screaming rush for us to go there. That's really is for protecting these back systems a little bit, trying to sort of catch some of these guys when they come into the systems. So we've now wiped out their ability to control things through here. They've got one frigate coming in, one frigate coming in. That's 4 turns, 6 turns, 8 turns with another frigate. So they've got a lot of stuff coming through this way. One frigate there. This is all the civilian ships going back into this system. Now, what's going to happen here is if we go into there, there's definitely going to be another battle station in there. But it looks like there's nothing else there. So we don't know what's there exactly until we actually go and have a look. So let's just go and grab the fleet, and we'll move down and get in front of this one. We'll arrive at the same time as all these support ships. I'd like to destroy all of these. So they've got 3 support ships. We didn't build any actually. God, we've really been poor in that regard. Now this has disappeared. We do have the frigate down here now. It's going to be 3 turns to there, 2 turns to there. It's only 1 turn to there and 2 turns to there. If I go, look, I'll go up to Zoth. And we've got freighter fleets coming at Zoth and Cow. So we'll just get a few of these set up so we can start to get some production going. And again, I just haven't been able to build anything because our production is just so terrible. But we'll be correcting this fairly soon, particularly once we get this system here. Now they've got those 2 cruisers and destroyers are the problem with that. They've got the 1 battleship now, which is just stationed there. Well, let's end the turn and see what we end up with in the next combat. So we now go in. Now they've got another battle station in through here, which is what we thought. Now this is going to then allow the other ships to get away. So we're going to do exactly the same. Now I don't want to auto this because it will end up, our ships will end up just doing things I don't want them to do, and they'll get destroyed. So I want them right on the outside limit because we have such good attack values. Because the defense of this thing will be so low, like if I just go tab, and then just go back and do a scan initially of this one here, we'll see it's actually, this one's a little bit more powerful than the last one that we saw. It's got 4 lasers rather than 3 lasers back and through the side. It's got actually bigger shielding as well. So, and it's only got 40% ship defense, so it's not going to be able to protect itself very much at all. Ship attack is 164, so it does actually have good hit values. Our Lynx has got a ship defense of 190, and we'll sort of see there, we're getting a plus 50 from leaders. This is why I've been trying to get the defense high with the leaders. Let's just go and press tab. So this one here, we just need to get this one across so that we're just inside, squeaking inside that outer rim, the outer limits of what our weapon can then reach. And we'll then hit. So it's going to take, unfortunately, I think this is going to take a long time for us to bring this one down, I would imagine. One we can't reach. So it now rotates around. Where we're going to get the opportunity is when the heat goes too high, because they are using their heat. This one's got less missiles, which doesn't really worry us anyway. You were hardly making any damage here. So it'll take some time. Ooh, we did a bit of damage there, but only to our shielding, and then our shielding came back up again. If we have a look at the log, this is level turn 3 through this side. So we hit it there, damage 30. The ship has moved, yeah, it actually sort of goes backwards, doesn't it, really? So the weapon hit, it's a particle accelerator with 34% accuracy, 1 of 3, damage only 17. So we did 17 damage. Damage by weapon using heavy mount modification on the sleeper, but there's nothing that actually impacted. It was only the front shield, and the front shield actually held. So it's going to be difficult for this thing to really sort of get through. It would have to be very, very lucky to get some good hits. But you can see that we're like, by the time it rolls around again, until this thing gets overheated, and then that's when we can start to sort of do the damage. It's going to be a long process here, because this thing does have more shielding than what we saw there before. And by the time it rolls around again and rotates, it's going to be back into, here we go. Now the shielding is down. This is our one chance to start to really smack into this thing. So 45 damage with the kinetic weapons. Bit more there, so we're down to 20. That's good. We'll have like 2 shots with this, and hopefully we can start to bring some of these things down. Still got some missiles in through there. There's 2 missiles, 4 hit points each. Let's keep on smacking at this thing while it's been overheated. We're now starting to get damage on the actual system. It's only the heat that is causing us issues, but we still haven't got anything down. The heat will now be dissipated, and it should be back up doing what it does next turn. We're still okay there. Everything's still actually okay. So shielding is slowly coming up. Now, so we still have more shots in here. So it's because it all just got dissipated with the heat. We've now got the opportunity to start to get in and do some damage, but we haven't really done any damage to these systems just yet. Now the AI would be moving the ships in, but I don't need to do that because I've got such good a ship attack and such good defense. I can just stay at the outside range, which makes it difficult for them to hit. We're getting hits time after time, and because it's such a big target as well, we really don't have a problem here. You can see the shielding slowly coming up, but it's not going to be enough. We've now got rid of some of the particle accelerators. There we go. Another lot of lasers now have been taken offline. Now these were only short range. They wouldn't have. They had no bearing. It's only the ones with the heavy mounts. So it's only these two here. We've got rid of one of them. All they've got left is lasers. They've got no more nuclear missiles, and so it's just the 4 times the lasers there that we have to do damage, and they really don't do a lot of damage. So if I wanted to, I might wait for these, and then we could actually move in a bit closer if we wanted to. There we go. It's now all been taken offline. So the only thing that's there now is point defense lasers, and there's no missiles left. We're sort of towards the end of this now. We might move up, and actually I'll just hit those. Actually, I'll stay where I am, just until we get rid of these. So the shielding can still keep on coming up. Now when we get the next design across of the cruiser, it's as powerful as both these ships put together. Right, now we can sort of move in. Not that it matters. Got it now. I can auto resolve or auto combat whenever I feel like it at this point in time, but I'll keep on playing it out. We're almost there. Here we go. Now they've left something behind there, and that'll disappear. So we've got. I'm just going to try to move these ships in to getting close to it. So tungsten armor. So this is research we can hopefully go and get. I'm going to have to end the combat now. I don't know if we pick that up. I don't know if we're close enough to grab that. Attacker 1. Actually, the salvaged item. We did actually get that one. So we picked up some tech. Done. And so this is actually another way that we can get tech. That's good. Now we can see through there. We've got our ship through there. These guys are going back to Brecht. We have a frigate coming in. That's going to reach there in 2 turns. That's going to be up in here in 2 turns. Let's go back up. If we have a quick look into here, there's we've now destroyed the battle station there. They can no longer build anything bigger than destroyers. So we need to try to kill off everything else that they've got. Now they possibly will be buying battle stations until they run out of money. And so that's one thing, because they've been doing incredibly well. So we've got a leader approaches with a proposal. This is a ship leader. Very high attack, but its defense is really, I think, is the key. So I'm going to go maybe later. A merit raise, yep, not a problem. He's been incredibly good. I love him actually as a leader. I love getting him. So he now levels up. I can go even with more defense if I wanted to, or let's get him ready to go into the battleships when they come. And we've got helmsman expert. So yeah, plus 45 ship defense on the leadership. Absolutely, let's go that way. Yeah, defense can't be underrated. Very, very powerful. So we've found a source of helium back in through this side. Nothing else we have to worry about there. I'll just keep on going off. Here comes the frigates. The frigates, they're still sending in their cruisers, and their battleship are all going to this system. We obtained the secrets of tungsten armor from the... actually, we've got 6 before we now get the space elevator. That's fine. We've got the neutrino scanner back over this way. I've got a little bit more that I can sort of start to get as well. Now, I've got the particle accelerator down through here. I can actually get the railgun. Does damage... The base space is 50. This one here, the base space is 40 with 10 damage. So it does a little bit more. Now, if I get this, what it does is it actually makes this have a miniaturization factor of 2, I think, because it's actually because it's 2 levels back. I think that's the way it works. So let's go and buy that for 1400. I think. And that then sort of allows us to get other things in through here as well. If we have a look now at the ships that we actually have, if we go back to our ship designs and go to the battleship, which we haven't started building yet, we can now see we've got space available 41. Because actually we're not using that. So I can get a heap more of those if I wanted to. Let's get 3. Actually, it's minus 69, minus 24. It's minus 4, damn it. Neutron beam. If we go 3, yeah, it's minus 2. It's not going to help me much. If I do that, I've got a little bit of point defense in there. By doing that, does it help us much? We get more speed. I think I'm just going to cancel that one. So we'll just quit out of there. You sure want to quit? Yes. Now the cruisers, we've got 50 more space available there. So I can get more of these, or more of the maneuverability. That's 34, that's 18, and I can still get another laser. It's 10. That's 3 lasers. That would be good. We'll save the changes there. So just go yes. So that's still the Dura. The Destroyer. That's because we did that upgrade. If we have a look at this one at the particle accelerator, we should see there that the miniaturization level is 2. So we have a space savings of 65 and a cost savings of 80% because we've actually now got the actual railgun. So we can sort of squeeze more things on the ships if we just keep the old particle accelerators, which I'm happy enough to keep for now. So this one here, if we can increase that, actually what I might do, I would like to get more of these. They're now 52 rather than being 60. If I brought that one back, it's not going to help me much. If I bring that one back, it makes it 49. Oh, we're close here. 55. Throw double one of those in there. That would make this one so much more powerful. So we'll grab that. We've also got shield piercing off. We can actually turn that one on. That's what I could have done, actually. If I throw that on, we've still got 29 in there. That way we don't have to worry about shielding. So ignores the target's shields, damages inflicted to armor, hull, and internal systems, which is... we only got the 1, though. It's not really worth it. I don't think I'll bother. Let's not worry about it. Look, I won't... Actually, no, I will worry about it. I will worry about it. So we'll just come back, throw that one in there. So we've got 2 lasers, 2 of these. That'll do. So we'll leave that one alone. There's no other systems we can get other than the jammer. Save the changes there. That'll be fine. All right, well, Now we're out of time yet again, guys. At least we're sort of getting into some combat now, so we're sort of we'll keep on going. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.